Hello, this is Raina with LYLO Crafts, coming on today as part of hashtag Saturday Morning Makes or Satmorn Makes, which is an open collaboration that is hosted by the amazing Jill Norwood, right here on YouTube. And all you have to do is share anything that you have been working on and use that hashtag. And I also encourage you to go and check out all the other makers too. Today, I was inspired by this that I saw at Hobby Lobby. And I thought, you know what? I think I can duplicate that and make a ton of them, so it would be so affordable. I want to say that it probably costs less than $1 to make these big ones. So with everything. So I think that's a really, really great value. And I'm going to show you how I made these, and it only takes a couple minutes to make one. So I've got this giant one. This would be so good in if you have a big Christmas tree, of course, it'd be great in a big Christmas tree. But you can use it in your centerpieces, on your sprays that you put inside your house. So this one measures a full 12 inches. A full 12 inches, isn't that so fun? And I love this double bow on here. So I made two different versions, one all glittered up, and both of them gingerbread with little gingerbreads. But you know what? If your kids like Minnie or Mickey Mouse or Disneyland, look how cute that is. You can just put like a Disney button on or a Disney embellishment. And this is now Disney. So it can be any kind of theme that you would like, or even if you just want to do candy theme, it can be that. And then these are really the size of the ones that I saw at Hobby Lobby. And these measure about 7 inches in length. And I think they are so sweet. So you can see that some of these I did with the white lining. These, just like the Hobby Lobby ones, these ones I did not put that in on the peppermints. And then here's one, what it would look like if you did not want to do glitter. So if you like these, stay tuned and I'll show you how I made them. Okay, so let's talk about what you need to make these. And so I purchased this really yarn in white from Hobby Lobby. It was $7.99 and I bought it when they had their 30% off sale. So first I bought that, and then I bought this Eternal Bliss red. Now they had a couple different shades of red, but this is the one I picked because I thought it was the most Christmassy. Okay, you'll also need some wood dowels. So if you want to make the tall ones, you'll need this taller wood dowel. Or if you want to make the more ornament size or smaller, normal ornament size, you'll need these wood dowels. I bought both of these at the Dollar Tree. This one I had in my stash for a while, so I'm not quite sure how many come to a pack, but these smaller ornament sizes, they come 15 to a pack. If you want to add the white line inside, so this little white line, then you'll just need some yarn or some string or some baker's twine. Anything will do, embroidery floss, anything in white. So I've got that. Then you'll need a little ribbon to tie at the stem. I'm going to use this red and white stripe ribbon for the bigger one. You just need some scissors to be able to cut it, and you're going to need some hot glue. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll get started. I'm going to start off with making the big one first, because it's the easiest, because you don't really have to tug on any of this yarn. So you just want to pull off some of the yarn, make sure that it's available, and then you want to decide which one you want to put on the bottom. And since I am inspired in imitating the Hobby Lobby ones, they started with red on the bottom. So all I'm going to do is just add a dab of hot glue, just a little dab, and then I'm going to just put this on here. Now be really careful because it's so easy to burn your fingers. I burned my fingers several times. So if you watch my channel, you know I'm really good at burning myself. So So just be really careful. You might want to use like those silicone like fingertip grips to help you if you have those to keep you from burning your hand. So you put the red one on. We're going to line up the little white one. So just going to add a dab of hot glue there. And I'm going to just put the white one just on top of it like that. And you just let it firm up. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to wrap around, and I did just do the red one first, and then I'm going to have it just cover right here. I'm going to just add another little dab of glue. I'm just going to cover where I started it. You can see here we've got our red and we've got our white. And I'm just, by taking it up, I mean, I'm just going to cross over that white just for that first one, okay? And then we're just going to try and apply the same amount of pressure, not too much. Don't pull too tight. And you're just going to wind these around. So you can see we're just twisting and winding. And I didn't even glue as I went around. I did not glue until the top. So that's up to you. So you can see that I started off a little fatter and then I got a little bit thinner, which means I pulled a little bit tighter. So I am going to loosen up a little bit so I get a little bit more uniform, but it does not have to be perfect because remember, these are all handmade candies and so they are not perfect. So then I'm going to cut my little white one and I'm going to cut my red one just a little bit shorter because it's going to go behind. So I find the edge there. I'm just going to add a bit of hot glue and hold that in place till it dries. Okay, then I'm going to wrap around this white one and I'm kind of going to make a little circle on the top. So you can see I have too much here. So I'm going to cut a little bit more off. And if you wanted to put an eye hook in here so you can attach like, you know, a string or a ribbon to tie it onto your tree, you can do that. I actually love to stick things in my tree so that they are standing up rather than hanging from the top. I have so many ornaments that hang from the top, so I like some that attach at the bottom just to give it a different look. And as we get closer to Christmas, I will share a picture of my little gingerbread tree with these new ornaments that I'm making now for that tree. These would be such beautiful like bag toppers too, or wonderful, wonderful gifts. There we go. Okay, so I've got that all made. And all we need to do is attach the bow. And I do have a tutorial on how to make a double bow. And so I will put that at the end of this video. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video so you can see how to do it. So once you've got your bow, then we're going to just dovetail the ends. And all you do is fold it in half and cut from the top to the point, just like that. And then what I like to do is kind of hold the other one next to it, so I know about how long it is, and I look at where I started my point, which was about here, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I love that. Okay, so now we're going to just apply a bit of hot glue onto the back of the bow, and I'm just going to glue it on here. And then if you wanted to add an embellishment to it, you could just go ahead and glue that on. So like if you wanted to use this Mickey, you could just put that on there just like that. Okay, and also you do not have to glitter it, but if you want to glitter it, which is what I did on this one, all I did was spray that with some spray adhesive and then sprinkle glitter on. But I kind of like it even without the glitter. So I think I'm going to have some that I don't put glitter on. I know that seems hard to imagine for those of you that watch my channel. I love sparkle and shine, but I think it's also very, very sweet without the glitter. So because I'm not going to put glitter, I am going to go ahead and glue on one of these little gingerbread faces on here. So I'm just adding a bit of hot glue onto it. And then I am going to give her a little bow. So I have these sweet little bows in my stash. And I love to store my things in these little Dollar Tree containers. I think they're like the perfect size. And they fit right into my desk drawer. So the things that I use the most, which all my little embellishments I keep there, otherwise I'll forget about them. So I like to have them handy and visible. So I've got that bow. I'm just going to put it on top of her head like that. And there you have it. So that's it. I mean, my goodness, that only took us a few minutes to make one. Okay, so now let's make the smaller one. And I am going to show you how to put this little weight in the smaller one as well. Okay, so we're going to get out just one of our little sticks, and it's essentially the very same process. So I am going to go towards the bottom of the stick. I'm just going to apply a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to put my little red one on. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue. And I'm going to put my white one on right next to it. Okay, so then we're going to start the twirl, but now this time we're going to pull so that it's a little bit tighter. Okay, so it's not so fluffy. Now, if you want super fluffy, that's amazing. Go for it. Definitely go for it. So I am going to put another little dab of hot glue right there and pull this tight over it so it has a finished edge. Great. So now we're set to go. So we're going to start winding and pulling at the same time. Okay, and then we're just wrapping this around. Okay, getting to the top, and we'll do our cut here, and then we'll probably have to do a little trim. Okay, so I want to make sure it's kind of the same thickness, which it is, and you can see here the sticks are almost the exact same width, and look how the difference of the puffiness. Can you see that? Just by pulling it tighter. And isn't that awesome, since you bought all this yarn, that you can use it for more than one application? I do think this yarn, whatever you have left over, would be so beautiful wrapping up your packages. Oh my gosh, with, you know, just even with just some, what do you call it? Craft paper. Oh, with this fat, chunky chenille ribbon on it. Oh, I think that would be so beautiful. Okay, so this one looks like the red is meeting at the top just fine. So I'm going to just cut this little white part off right here, and I'll just add a dab of glue right there, and we'll just push this down. And what's beautiful is this does not fray. This chenille does not fray. It's amazing. So you know what? I bought all this like fur for like Santa trim, but you know what? Wouldn't this be so great to use like on a stocking or for beard or a Santa hat? So many uses for this yarn if you buy it. So, okay. So now we've got this, and we're going to now put on the thin piece of white that we've got going on in this one. So I've got the end of my thread, and the way that the Hobby Lobby one was that they had the white little stripe towards the bottom third of the red. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add a dab of glue just underneath, and that's where I'm going to attach my yarn, and I'm going to just use my little tweezers to kind of tuck that underneath there so you don't actually see where it starts. So we've got that in there. We've got that tucked underneath, and so now you're going to add just a dot of hot glue to kind of like the bottom third of where you want to start your swirl. Okay, so we're going to just add that dab of hot glue there, right towards the bottom third. And if you think it'll stay, you don't need to add too much hot glue. I just added it periodically just to make sure that it would stay in place. And I'm not pulling too tight, but I am pulling on it a little bit so that it sets inside of it rather than looking like it's just popped up on top. I'm running out of my glue stick. I'm going to have to reload that in a minute. Okay, winding up to the top. Tiny little dab of glue. Okay, so then we're at the top, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. Okay, so I'm going to put a little dab towards the top of that. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is just tuck this in underneath here. So you don't see it, just like that. Okay, so now you can see you've got your little white stripe, just like you've got it on here. And all you need to do is spray it again, add the glitter onto it, and then add your bow. So that is it. That's all there is to it. And I hope you enjoyed this. And it's so easy and fun to do. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.